Hello and welcome. I said that I would do a knife related video Saturday. It's Sunday today, of course. I want to knock this one out pretty quickly because next weekend you'll have sometime in the week you'll have an unboxing of the Spyderco Roadie, my first initial impressions out of the box, a cut test, all the rest of it, probably a size comparison as well. Next weekend you will have the review of it too. I'm quite sure that I can use it for the full week and give you a true honest review by the weekend. But first, this is my review of something knife related. It's called a Blademedic by Lansky. I got it with the Lansky World Legal to Carry knife as a combo pack. I think you save about £3 in total if you were to get them both together. So if you were planning on getting this as well as the World Legal knife, you can save some money. But if not, just get the World Legal knife if you've got a sharpening system already. But it's handy to have a pocket sharpening kit with you at all times that isn't too heavy either. So let's go through the review. Lansky, go on their website, have a bit of a read. Essentially, it is a sharpening kit in your pocket. It can take on the regular blades, serrated blades, gut hooks. So this might be useful if you do a lot of fishing and all the rest of it. Useful if you go on boats or whatnot. I'll go through all of the actual parts of this. I think it is kind of steel, some kind of metal. It's held in by two screws there. They look like they are Torque screws. It's quite a well-made little piece of kit, and it's got a nice big lanyard hoop there. So yeah, you could carry it on your keys or attached to a bit of string somewhere. It's up to you, but you know, you can stash it away, put a lanyard on it wherever. It's not going to weigh you down too much either. I'll go from left all the way to the tip. You've got a carbide sharpening system there. You only really want to be using that on an extremely dull blade. If it's very dull, doesn't really cut much. I'm not saying it won't cut paper, but if it's having problems with paper, use it on the carbide rods there. 3 or 4 strokes with moderate kind of pressure. It's going to restore the blade. It's tungsten carbide, so it's very aggressive. So you should only really use it for quick sharpening. Because it's tungsten carbide, it takes quite a bit of steel off. If you keep your knives quite sharp, it might not be for you, those rods. But if it cuts paper, but you want it, you know, a little bit sharper, a bit of finer edge, the second part of this system is the ceramic rods that can polish and finish your edge in about 3 or 4 strokes. It's important to note that you don't have to sit there for 100 strokes. It seriously is 3 or 4 strokes. You don't want to be doing it for 10 or 20 or anything like that. 3 or 4 strokes on the carbide, and then the same on ceramic will do you. You don't necessarily have to use the carbide. You can just use the ceramic if you just want a bit of a touch up. They're not very aggressive and they won't really take off hardly any steel. So that's that. And they're the main two that you're going to be using. You'll find a lot of these kind of quick portable sharpening kits have this kind of system where you just run your blade through. It's already, because of the angle, which I will go on to in a moment, it's kind of preset. So whatever your edge is sharpened at the moment, it's going to change that by using something that you pull your blade through. Unless so if you're using a Spyderco system where it's a 30-degree angle, this is going to change that to I think a 22 degree, but I'll go into that more depth. So you're kind of forced, and so that's good for like quick sharpening, but it's not good if you use a stone or anything like that, or you want to choose what angle your edge is at already, so it's not good for that in a way. Then you've got the serrated knife sharpener. I think that's what this is. I know it's not the bottom one, so it has to be this, and also it says serrated on there. Yeah, it's useful. I don't have any serrated knives at hand, but if I gave you a little demo with this, because I've just got this on hand, imagine there's a serration there. You're just going to run the blade along there. Always move it away. It's medium grit, so you won't need to apply too much pressure either. It's harder than steel, and apparently it'll never wear out. But you would normally, that will get into your serrations. And what I would do personally, if it was me, is I would do about 3 strokes perspiration, 3 strokes per serration, and then I just do one away to kind of cut off the burr. It depends on your serrations. If they are kind of chisel ground, then you do 3 strokes and then one. I wouldn't do one towards you. It's complicated with serrations, but I'd essentially do one probably on the opposite side going up, just to cut that burr off, because otherwise that's going to impact your overall sharpening of each serration. But a lot of serrations have a double edge, so you can do your 4 strokes and then swap your hands over and then do another 4. But it's difficult because those rods there aren't really sufficient at sharpening serrations. If you want a more of a kind of in-depth sharpening system, I'd use the Spyderco Sharpmaker, because you can sharpen serrations on that, no problem. But it's a quick workaround if you've got a serrated knife. I mean, normally serrations wear out the last on a serrated knife as opposed to the fine edge, so I don't know whether you'd ever be in a position where you'd need to sharpen your serrations. You might be, but they do last a long time. And finally, this is a diamond tapered rod. Now this is, you can use it for straight blades, serrated blades and gut hooks. So if your serrations are in such a dire strait that they do need sharpening, I suppose you could run along your serrations on there. It is quite aggressive, the grit, because it's obviously diamond, but it says that it's recommended that you use it sparingly when sharpening speed is crucial, or sharpening gut hooks. So yeah, it's another quick fix. Both of these two are quick fix, really. Even the carbide, I suppose. But yeah, I think for what it's worth, I mean, if you bought it separately for 11 quid, I think, yeah, it's kind of worth it. If you've got a few 30, 40 quid knives and you don't want to invest in a Sharpmaker or anything like that, I think having one of these for 11 quid, or even with a world legal knife, is a good investment, because if you've got 8CR 13 MOV or anything like that, it's going to keep that sharp, especially if you need to take that knife with you somewhere. You just want to take this, you don't want to take a load of Sharpmaker rods or your Sharpmaker kit itself. This is a good quick solution. For the price, I think it's quite reasonable. I think a lot of Lansky products are quite reasonable for the price, especially if you had it with the world legal knife. So just a little size comparison. If you've got a UK PK, that's what it kind of measures up to. Obviously it's an awful lot heavier, but it's about the same kind of size as the handle of a UK PK, so I hope that's helpful for you if you wanted to take both of these with you somewhere, and if you're heavily going to use UK PK, you've got something to sharpen it. So there you go. That's kind of like my review of the Blademedic by Lansky. Impressed? Well, it does what it says on the tin, really, to use a phrase. It's a sharpener. What more can I say? If you haven't got one, if you haven't got a sharpener already, this would be a quite a good little investment, just to sharpen yourself. Get some great results and sharpening your blades. That's it from me. As I said before, there'll be a roadie unboxing during the week and the review at the weekend, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, please do comment, rate and subscribe. It does help me out. If there are any, I've had a couple of suggestions about the roadie, so if there are any other knives that you want me to see me review, or any gear, please put it in the comments. Thanks ever so much for watching me today. Take care.